Everybody, and it is time for some Iowans to know. But before we introduce you to these two incredible people, Jackie, we must share their story.
Absolutely. You might have seen this incredible video on social media, but if not, we're going to share it with you right now to talk about why mental health matters. Have a look.
It's okay. That's our wedding day. There were so many good times with him. It's sometimes unbelievable to realize what the outcome has been, because it really looked good there for a while, like he was going to make it.
It quickly became evident that he needed longer-term help if he were to be able to recover from his illness, and there simply wasn't any.
We're just parents trying to find help for our son.
What do you tell those parents right now? What do you tell them? Hey, 3 years from now, we hope to have a better system for you? Is that good advice to give to that parent when they have a loved one that's in a crisis? No.
Well, it's an issue that we've been dealing with in county government forever.
We're definitely seeing an increase in the need for services, people coming to us with more and more complex issues.
Funding is needed more now than ever. We need to have those funds be on a consistent basis in order to keep providers in Iowa, to keep services steady for those in need.
Where can we go? Who can he see to get this help that he needed? And most of the time, they simply didn't know.
It's gut-wrenching hard to be sitting there trying to find care for your child, because you really feel like you're on an island all by yourself.
I can't even tell you what a horrible feeling that was.
What we're asking for is the right way to deal with it. We don't want to deal with it through law enforcement, and we don't want to deal with it through the jail system. We want to deal with it by making each of our citizens be the best they can be.
We need somewhere where we can take that person that we truly feel they're getting the help they need, versus just pigeonholing them away in the jail or in the local ER, because that's not working.
Think of any other health situation that you would be in. If you have heart disease, the doctor says, here's the specialist you should go see. Cancer, the same thing.
If we can get them to the place that they need to be, where they truly get the expert help, that's going to save lives. In the last week or two, I mean, multiple different suicides just in my county, where I'm from. And you see these loved ones that are impacted by that, and it just breaks your heart. I mean, it's like, man, we can do better.
We have to do better. And not only can we do better, we have to do better.
I'm a lifelong Iowan. I believe that Iowans can do better. I think Iowans have to do better.
And that's exactly what we are here to talk about, Jackie. And we have a couple of very special guests joining us in studio right now. It is our good friend Mary Neubauer is here. Good to see you, Mary, and also Larry Loss. And talking about their son, Jackie.
Absolutely. And you are both so strong for putting such a passionate video together, because you want to reach the masses based on the story and the personal experience that you both had. And we're hoping this morning you could share a little bit of that personal story so that we can hopefully start a conversation, maybe with another family, or maybe even with our legislators, which we're going to be talking more about here in a matter of moments. But again, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Tell us about this incredible man named Sergey.
Yeah, so we adopted Sergey when he was 11 from Russia. And ultimately it was that early trauma and abuse that he had suffered when he was just a little tyke in Russia that ended up impacting his life in so many ways in his later teenage years. But he was just an incredible kid, so artistic. He could truly sit down and draw whatever was in front of him, and looked at me and wondered why I could only draw stick figures, right? But he was athletic, he was funny, he truly was one of those people who just drew people in. And so to know that he had all of of those attributes while he was suffering is just amazing. But I think the thing that he has taught us is the story of mental illness and how depression, anxiety, and suicide truly change a family's life, but also changes the outlook of the person who is suffering to the point that they just can't see hope anymore. Sergey would tell me so many times, Mom, I've lost my hope. I want to get my hope back. And we moved heaven and earth trying to put the right resources in front of him to help him. Ultimately, our story obviously ended the way it did, but we hope that by speaking out, we can help other people understand this is impacting families all over the state, and more resources need to be available to
now,
help.
you mentioned Sergey came into your life when he was a preteen. How long after he arrived did you start noticing some things that were different? Larry, I'm going to ask you this one. When did you notice that things weren't quite right?
Well, knowing that he had issues that he would have to work on, as soon as he could speak English, which was 4 months after he arrived, we started going to family counseling to try and help him with any issues that may come up. And we continued to do that the whole time that he was with us. And early on, he was doing very well. But as he got older, approaching 18, which was a significant change in his life, things changed and he started to have a lot more difficulties. And the last year of his life was a real struggle.
Were there red flags that you saw along the way? Obviously, you were prepped with him being adopted and the issues that he had when he was very little, but were there things that popped up that you noticed, or was he able to talk about what he was feeling or going through, or was it kind of just, we're all kind of guessing at what this is or how to start that conversation when you see someone that might need some help?
We did talk with Sergey often about what he was experiencing. I know for him it was often hard to put into words what it felt like or what he was going through, and I think a lot of people suffer with that.
Was that a language barrier issue, or was it just not able to find the right words?
Right. No, truly, like the feelings are so deep inside the person, it's hard to just put it into words. It wasn't a language barrier at all, but we could see the depression when it would really take hold of him. He had full-blown anxiety attacks that were just so hard to try to help him through. So there were a lot of warning flags, and as I said, we were doing everything we could to help him. Luckily for us, we did know what was going on. There are some families who just aren't aware that their child or their loved one is suffering. So there are a lot of different facets to the story, but we truly hope that by speaking out, we can give others the courage to do the same.
But you said one of the most difficult things was to find the places.
We struggled mightily to find a place where we could take him. We would come home from work, our office, we each have a desk in our office. We would sit there scouring the internet looking for places that we could take him, on the phone for countless hours, all over the country. And we're not finding places that were equipped to deal with the issues that Sergey had.
You're not talking just Iowa, that you could find the whole country. You were struggling to find a place that could help your boy. And what's amazing to me is you compared it in the video to saying if you have a disease, there's an expert that you can go to, whether it's a broken bone or cancer, to compare it to something. But when someone says they have a mental illness issue, there's not necessarily a place you go and it's like, oh, I can fix that.
Yeah, we were working with the most caring, wonderful doctors and nurses here in Iowa, and we would say to them, truly, where can Sergey go to get residential help? And they would just say, we know there are places out there, but we just don't know. And I can't tell you how just frightening that was. You know your loved one is seriously ill, and even the experts are saying, gosh, we just don't know. And so
it's got to be devastating.
It was, and we knew that we were lucky enough. Ultimately, we were able to send him to a wonderful facility in Arizona and then on to another great program in California. But how many families here in Iowa don't have the ability to do that? And when they get the answer, we don't know, that's the only answer that they have, and my heart just breaks for them because I know there are folks struggling right now.
Well, there are some things that need to change, and that's the reason that we're here, is to talk about that and what we can do here in the state of Iowa.
Absolutely. So we're going to come back and talk more about how this is all being raised up in our state house this year, courtesy of our governor and some other wonderful individuals who are speaking out about their story. But before we go to break, you guys have created Sergei Soldiers. So that people can band together and realize there are people you can talk to and go to, and you can continue this conversation. So talk a little bit about that, and maybe that's a safe place for families to start.
Well, Sergei Soldiers represents everybody that's been supportive of us and is trying to help on this movement as well. It was a friend of ours came up with the name for the NAMI walk in 2017 that we participated in, and we said, you know, that's perfect. So we've done different walks across the country to raise, you know, the specter of change that needs to happen. We have the wristbands that we give out to people to just memorialize the effort that we're making.
All right. Okay. And speaking of effort that people are making, we're going to let you know how your little effort can make big changes here in the state of Iowa. We'll talk about that when we come back. This is Iowa Live in West Des Moines.